guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to an unboxing. This time it's not from Amazon or HMV or CX, it's from Hammer Films, and it is the new release of The Curse of Frankenstein. Now when you order from Hammer, they do send them in these sort of exclusive kind of boxes. They've even got their own tape, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this has come out this week. It's one of their big releases. You know, I've got the Captain Cronus and the Quatermass ones. Yeah, it's from that selection. So we're just taking off the sticky tape. Yeah, I'll find something to do with that. Yeah, put it in the bin. Yeah, so here it is in its entirety, the box. It's quite cool. I mean, having the Hammer label and that on there, so it's pretty cool. Opens like that. There we go. Thank you for coming in. So we'll open the box. Got a receipt, and it's got a quote there inside the box. It says, "You must destroy this thing now, Paul. Don't you see? I've succeeded." That's written in the box. That's why it's quite cool. Quite tempted to keep it in this box. This is cool. Got something else in here. This is like something free, I think it is. See what it says. This is a stamp that he would done on these letters. You know, with the red, when they had the wax on the letters. It says here, Baron Frankenstein dares you to meet the creature at the Warner Theatre, Leicester Square, on Thursday, May the 2nd, 1957 at 8:30 for 9 p.m. Dress formal, funeral, it says. So it's like an invitation to the premiere. Yeah, I think when you order from Hammer, they have exclusives, and this is a replica of an invitation that was sent out to people to go to the premiere of the film. So that's what that is. Some other people were lucky because they got a signed photograph of one of the actors, Melvin Hayes, who was in the comedy show that I like. What's that called again? Ain't Off Hot Mum. But he was in the film. He stars as young Frankenstein. So if you're lucky, you got that. And I think before that, if you're lucky, you got like a poster. But I was unlucky, if you like, and I got the invitation to the film premiere. So that's what that is. So we get the box now. And here it is. The Curse of Frankenstein. In that typical, that leather look bounding that they're doing on these collectors to uniform them all. It's got the same writing on the bottom that it has written inside the box. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this down to the studio, and we will do a top-down unboxing of it. So let's not waste any time. Let's go down and have a deep down look at The Curse of Frankenstein. So here we are. Here's the unboxing of The Curse of Frankenstein on Hammer Films, starring Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. Here's a closer look at that invitation to the film premiere at Leicester Square on Thursday, May the 2nd, 1957. My lad was born on May the 1st. It's come out like 10 years before I was born. That's crazy, right? And here it is now in my possession. So it's all cellophaned. It's got the information there about the certification and the length of the film. And it's got the same wording that was in the box underneath. So we're going to very carefully take off the wrapping. I'm going to try and preserve the cellophane for extra security. So I tend to take it right down here like this. It's just because these J cards on here are so small. I don't want to lose it. There we go. So I'm going to just take that bit off there. There we go. That was a right bodge up. No, it's not too bad, to be honest. It's okay. So what we'll do, we'll remove the contents, and it will come in its new design in there, so we can put the box there. I think it should be, oh, we've got two different pictures here. So we've got the Curse of Frankenstein will haunt you forever. The creator created by man and forgotten by nature. And that is the new commissioned artwork, which I really like. That would be a really cool poster. That would have been. But sadly I didn't get the posters. Just seeing if I've got me glasses anywhere. There they are. The lad's found them. He's a good lad, isn't he? So we'll remove the contents from the box. And there we go, we'll start from the top there. So the Book of Frankenstein is the first book we have in here. We'll look at that in a minute. We have the graphic novel. So we'll look at that in a minute. And we'll look at the art cards. And we'll look at the poster. But first of all, let's come to the discs. I'm not gonna, oh, I hate that. Sorry guys, talking to myself really. There we go. So this has got 6 discs in here. It's got 2 4Ks and it's got 4 Blu-rays. So we can see there, it's got the each character on different discs, which is another nice touch. Shame we didn't have Michael Ripper on one of the discs. So you've got 2 4Ks. So let's have a look at those first. You have the widescreen 1.66 UK theatrical version and the full screen of it as filmed version. And on the second disc you have the widescreen version of the USA theatrical rated edition. And you have on Blu-ray the widescreen in UK edition and as filmed edition. And of course you have the widescreen in Blu-ray of the USA edition. And then you have 2 discs of special features. They normally got behind here what's on the disc. Yeah, so we've got a number of special features on here. And we have a number of special features on there. Very cool. And normally there's some special features on the main films. Yeah, there's loads of special features on these discs as well. There's oodles of special features on these collections. Very cool. So what we'll do, we'll turn it over and we will look at the picture art in its entirety. So it starts off there. We've got the maid. There we got Frankenstein's sort of assistant. There he is. There's Frankenstein. There's the creature. That's really, really nice. It sort of plays out like one massive piece of artwork. So we'll fold that up. and it's like that, which is really cool. So even that's nice like that, really. Lovely piece of artwork. Down, boy. No, no, no. So that's that. So we'll have a look now at the other things you get with the film. This will probably be a double-sided poster. This looks like it could be French. Yeah, I think that's the French poster. I really like that. I like the artwork, if you can see it on the camera, of Frankenstein. Looks really cool. So we've got, I think, the French poster there. And another version there. I don't know if that's Spanish or not quite sure. Doesn't Italian? Could be Italian. I prefer the other poster, although that does look Italian-y. It does look a bit giallo-y actually, the sort of poster design. But yeah, I like the poster. This is what I was saying to you the other day, guys. You remember when I picked up the international version of Bad Taste, and it's called it got a different name, and I didn't mind that. I said, because you get posters and stuff in sets with different names, so it doesn't really bother me. So we'll have a look at the art cards next. So we'll carefully slip this off. And we'll have a look at the art cards. Which are, I suppose, are like what they class as lobby cards, which at the film premiere, which would have been a big event, these would have been scattered around in the lobby area, and people would have probably taken them or whatever they did with them. They've all got the same on the back. There we go, original UK lobby card, 2 of 8. So there's 8 cards here. That's a great picture, that one. These are wonderful pictures. God, I wouldn't mind that fan. Oh, he looks a bit hungry there. So yeah, these are really, really nice. And there he is trying to convince her to stay away from Victor, but she's not having any of it. There's one of the creature, Christopher Lee. So those are the art cards, which are really nice. Let's see if we can pop them back into that sleeve that it comes with. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Next up is the graphic novel. Every one of these sets has its own graphic novel, based upon the comic books of the 1970s, which were called House of Hammer. So this is a graphic novel of that. Of course, these comic books were black and white back then, so you're going to get a black and white comic book. Would have been nice in colour, but it's still nice because of its sort of like heritage of this. So I'll try and just flick through it. As you can see, I'm not going to show you the whole thing in case you want to pick the set up and read it yourself. And then we've got the main book called The Book of Frankenstein Volume 1, which indicates there's going to be another one. I'm hoping, now this is where the guessing is going to be, isn't it? I wonder what it's going to be. I would like it to be either Frankenstein created woman or Frankenstein must be destroyed. Because they're two that haven't had a Blu-ray release, or they're on DVD but not Blu-ray. I would like it to be one of them, to be honest, but that's the big indication what they're doing next. So we've got some lovely pictures, posters. interviews. Yeah, Boris Karloff down there, another great British actor. I'm surprised Boris Karloff never came over to Hammer. I think he starred in a few Amicus films, but I don't think he's been in any Hammer films. Nice one there of Peter Cushing. I keep saying to the lad, I need to get a cushion for my sofa of Peter Cushing. So as you can see, it's a very text heavy, lots of essays, original notes and things there. Great pictures from the film. That's the scene that's from the American Universal film. It was a young girl, and in this one Frankenstein comes across like a homeless guy and a young lad in the woods. So they did change the story quite a bit, but you see it's very text heavy, so there's a lot to learn and read. So but it brings more to your release. It makes it more than a film, doesn't it? It makes it like an experience, because you can learn about all the goings on in the film, all the makings of, all the characters' interviews, all these wonderful things there. It's Terence Fisher there. He's the director. He directed probably the best of that Hammer sort of films, really. If you see him directing it, then you know you're in for a good one. We've got interviews in here. So wonderful pictures. Very thick book. It has 164 pages. So they're all the contents that come within the new set. So let's put them all back in the box. So they can be squared away nicely. Let me take it out of that because that's the wrong box. I'll try and put it in the right box, Joppy. Oh, what am I like, guys? Still can't believe I've got 1,000 subscribers coming to watch my nonsense. But there we go. It all sits lovely within that box, and then that box slips within that sort of leather bound case. And there you have it, and that is a closer look at the new Hammer restoration version of The Curse of Frankenstein. So there we go, guys. There is the deep look at the new the release of Curse of Frankenstein from Hammer. It's an amazing release. It's very similar to the others. You know, they're very uniformed. They seem to be releasing the same sort of format on every one, which is fine. But it would be nice with a little mix-up. I was saying to the lad the other day, like, we both love second sight releases, but they are very uniformed in the same way. The art book, the art cards, and you know, all that kind of thing. So, but they seem to be doing the same. I think they must have picked up a few tips from Second Sight, because their releases are very similar to Second Sight. So at the moment, I'm going to put it in that box that come with it, just because it is a special release for me, because it is one of my favourite Hammer films. So I might actually keep it in that box. I think it will go on the shelf. But anyway, there we are, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this little unboxing. If you haven't, tough. Go and watch some other channels. Go and watch Horror Hands, Horror Geek, Manby Film, RS Design, Pizzawell. I'm Ice Lord, Cat Watches Horror Movies, Grumpy Andrews, Horror House, and The Maniac. And a massive shout out to my Frankenstein loving son. Till next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I'll see you all soon.